In this video, we're going to be looking at utility software. Now, as a definition, utility software is system software that helps maintain and optimize a computer. So the first one we're going to look at is encryption software. Now, encryption is a feature that we've come across quite a few times, especially in the networks topic when we're sending information to other people. And it's very similar in this case, but it's just a feature of an operating system to also protect data. So encryption data protects data by converting it into an unreadable code. And like before, if anybody was to intercept it or try and get it, it will prevent unauthorized access to see that sensitive data that they might be after. Common examples will include BitLocker and VeraCrypt. If you've not seen BitLocker before, this comes as a feature on Windows computers. And if you plug in something like a pen drive, it might give you the option to encrypt the file using BitLocker. And what that will do, it will make it so that anybody else who tries to access that pen drive, it will require a password for them. And if they did manage to access the files without the password, all of it will be scrambled and it will be useless to them. The next one I want to talk about is disk defragmentation. Now, this is something that only happens to hard drives. It will optimize the hard drive so that the read and write speed is much faster. Over time, hard drives can become what we call fragmented. Now, what that means is that blocks of data of related files are usually stored next to each other on a hard drive. But if a file gets deleted, it might free up gaps on the hard drive. And as a new file is added, if it doesn't quite fit in that gap, it will go across multiple parts of the hard drive. So that now when it's going to read that information from the hard drive, it's got to look in more than one place to actually access the larger file that's taken up those blocks that became freed up in the first place. Disk defragmentation is the thing that moves the related files back together, so it's only looking in one place to see those related files, and that will speed up overall access. A final one that I want to look at is data compression. Now, we've looked at data compression before when we were doing our memory units. Data compression reduces the file size. This is good because it will reduce the amount of storage that your files are taking up on the hard drive. But it also means if you're transferring data, it will speed up that process as well because it's got the smaller file size. Another advantage is it makes it faster to send files over the internet. We've got the two types of compression that we've already mentioned, which is lossy compression and lossless compression. One that we didn't talk about was zip folders for lossless compression. So if you were going to create a zip folder, you would select all of your files, you can right click and put them into a zip folder. This will compress all the files without removing any of the data. This makes it much easier to send to somebody else because the file size is much smaller and you can attach it to an email and send it to somebody over the internet. Okay, let's look at some questions for this topic. So question 1, what is the purpose of encryption software? Question 2, explain how files may have become fragmented on a hard disk drive. And question 3, what are two benefits of data compression? Okay, let's go through the answers then. So question 1, what is the purpose of encryption software? So encryption protects data by converting it into unreadable code. Question number 2, explain how files may have become fragmented on a hard disk drive. So it was a 3-marker, so we've gone into a little bit of extra detail on this one. So when files are saved in non-continuous blocks of free space, this will cause parts of the file to be scattered across different locations on the disk. As files are modified or deleted, gaps will form, leading to more fragmentation and making the read-write head take longer to access the data. And question 3, what are two benefits of data compression? It saves disk space and it makes it faster to send files over the internet. And that's it for this one. I'll see you next time.